Imagine it's 2020. The Xbox Series X has just been unboxed, the ultimate gaming console. Fast forward 5 years, the world has changed. Games, technology, even entire companies have been reshuffled. Yet here stands the same majestic black monolith, still humming in many living rooms around the globe. But the question is, in 2025, is the Xbox Series X still the king of the console hill, or has the crown slipped off? Let's start with the looks and feel. 5 years on, the Series X hardware hasn't changed. And why would it? The industrial design of the Series X is iconic. A minimalist black tower roughly the size of a small monolith from the future. It's surprisingly compact for what it holds, and it can be placed vertically or laid on its side. The build feels incredibly sturdy. Think solid plastic with a weight that will remind you not to drop it. One detail I love is the top vent. It's a circular grid with a green X pattern glowing inside, kinda like a high-tech portal. It might look simple, but it really helps keep the powerful hardware cool, and thankfully the fan is still whisper quiet. No loud whines when you're deep into Cyberpunk or racing in Forza. Now onto what's new. Late in 2024, Microsoft surprised us with a robot white Xbox Series X all-digital edition. It's still the same beast inside, still 12 teraflops of RDNA 2 GPU power, but without the Blu-ray disc drive. If you don't need disc, it's a cool way to save $50. And if you like your hardware rare and flashy, there's the Galaxy Black limited edition. This one has 2TB built-in storage and a matte black shell covered in tiny silver, grey and green star-like dots, literally making it look like the night sky. Overall, the hardware quality of the Series X in 2025 is rock solid. It still feels premium in the hand, just like the day it launched. Underneath though, a few upgrades have quietly happened, and that's what we'll talk about next. Inside that black tower is where all the real magic happens. The Series X's silicon hasn't changed, but it still packs a punch. We're talking an 8-core AMD Zen 2 processor at 3.8 GHz, backed by an RDNA 2 GPU cranking out 12.15 teraflops. It also has 16 GB of GDDR6 memory and an ultra-fast custom 1TB SSD. In raw numbers, even today the Series X sits at the top of console charts. It's basically like having a high-end gaming PC from 2022 in your living room. But how does that translate into performance? Well, in many modern games, the Xbox Series X regularly delivers a rock-solid 4K 60 experience. Titles like Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5 or Elden Ring on next-gen mode shine with crisp 4K visuals. And if you're chasing frames, it can even hit 120 FPS in supported games. Though usually that means dialing the resolution down to 1080p or 1440p for smooth action. In 2025, more games than ever have 120 FPS modes. Think of blasting enemies or high-speed racing with twice of reality, it can feel like a dream. Ray tracing and advanced effects are also in play. The Series X was the first console to bring hardware-accelerated real-time ray tracing. In games like Forza Horizon 5, you can see the reflections and shadows pop with cinema-like realism. And thanks to updates over the years, Microsoft's console also supports AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution in many titles. Basically an anti-lag upscaling that helps maintain high frame rates with only a small drop in image clarity. What about load times? This is where the custom SSD shines. The Series X can zip you into game rolls in mere seconds, sometimes faster than you can blink. With Microsoft's Velocity architecture and DirectStorage, borrowed from PC Tech, a set loads from the SSD almost instantaneously. Remember waiting ages on an old console? Well, those days are gone. Level transitions, quick traveling, everything is battery smooth and quick now. We also shouldn't forget backward compatibility. The Series X plays thousands of older games from the Xbox One, 360 and even OG Xbox. Many of these classics get auto HDR, adding richer colors to old visuals and FPS boost, doubling or even tripling frame rates in select titles. So by the time you powered it on, you already have a massive library at your fingertips. Want to revisit Skyrim or Red Dead Redemption? The Series X runs them at higher resolution and even smoother frame rates than they ever had. It's pretty remarkable. If I had to sum it up, in raw power the Series X still beats almost everything on shelves. Sure, modern PCs with the latest GPUs can outperform it, but those cost way more money. For under €500, you're still getting a console that competes with over €2,000 PCs in many ways. And it does it quietly. Okay, that's a lot of tech talk, but all that power would be pointless without great software to push it. So next up, let's talk about brains. the software, the interface, and how Microsoft has built an ecosystem around this beast. Hardware is great, but the user interface is where you live. Over the years, Microsoft has seriously polished the Xbox system software. The dashboard got a big redesign in late 2021, switching from the old big tiles to a faster, cleaner, multi-row layout. Now, it's quick to navigate. Game Pass, Home, Social, Achievements, and all are right there. It actually feels really slick and modern. You'll notice it's packed with features. For example, Quick Resume now lets you suspend your progress in multiple games at once, up to 6 different titles. You can be in a tight race in Forza, pause, jump into Elden Ring, then switch back to finish the race without reloading anything, even after powering off and remembers exactly where you were. I still find that mind-blowing. Achievements, gamer stats, party chat, it's all there of course. Press the Xbox button and the guide pops up. On the audio-visual side, the Xbox Series X was one of the first consoles with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision gaming support, both launched back in 2021. If you had a compatible TV and soundbar, you can now get truly cinematic HDR and spatial audio. Not everyone has the setup yet, but it's there for the high-end crowd. Microsoft has also doubled down on ecosystem. The Xbox mobile app now lets you stream console games to your phone or tablet anywhere in the house. And if you use Xbox on Windows PC, it all ties together. Games you buy on console often unlock them on PC and vice versa, through Xbox Play Anywhere or Game Pass. It's a unified ecosystem. All in all, the software side is rock solid and has matured a ton. It's very different from the 2020 dashboard, and it's clear Microsoft keeps evolving it. In 2025, the Xbox OS feels user-friendly, feature-packed, and as polished as it's ever been. Microsoft's huge acquisition of Activision Blizzard means at least some Call of Duty games like Black Ops 6 will eventually be on Game Pass. So in summary, Xbox in 2025 is not just a console, it's an entire gaming universe. Game Pass being a significant part of that universe. With Bethesda, Activision and EA in the mix, basically your Xbox is bursting with games. It changes the conversation. Instead of asking what game do I buy next, it's which game do I jump into next. So there you have it, the Xbox Series X in 2025. It's still a beast with all these games, features and services. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, share it and subscribe for even more deep dives. Let me know in the comments which Series X feature you love most. Thanks for watching, I'm Hoffenedi and see you next time. Peace!